mostly going to take a look at offensive tackle prospects here. Florida did pretty well last cycle with Kearney and Harris, of course, leading the way of the interior. We can get to some more interior names as we go along here in this recruiting cycle, but we know Florida needs to hit offensive tackle, needs to raise that talent level as far as high school prospects go. And we got a lot of names here to look out for the offensive line for the class of 2024. Let's go to Jordan Seaton, a name that got hot recently after a spring visit to the Gators. IMG, of course, he's 41st overall in 24/7 Sports. He's the number one interior offensive lineman. On three has him as the 42nd overall, second offensive tackle. Says Florida's in a good spot. He's a top priority for this staff. He'd be a big get. I know he's rated as an interior offensive lineman, so could possibly fit in there, but it would be a big get to play tackle. He can play inside if need be, he says. But Florida, of course, needs to hit on a player like this at a tackle position at the same time. Ohio State may be the school to look out for here for the 6'5", 285-pound DC native. So, of course, at IMG, but come in from somewhere else from DC. So no real ties to the state of Florida besides IMG. Listed as an interior offensive lineman, as I said, on 24/7, but did line up at left tackle in IMG spring games. So Jordan Seaton, one to look out for there. Michael Uni, 24/7 Sports, 134th overall. He is the 8th rated offensive tackle there. On three, 152nd overall, 10th rated offensive tackle. So about a top 10 offensive tackle prospect here from Michael Uni. Gators recently made this Texas native's top 6, along with Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Michigan, and Clemson. Big-time offensive tackle prospect here that will visit June 9th through 11th. Comes in 6'7", 295, loves the relationship with Selden Stapleton, and also Joe Hamilton. As, look, of course, this is a Texas native. You're going to hear Joe Hamilton's name anytime a prospect from the state of Texas is brought up. He's really, really doing well there in the state of Texas is Joe Hamilton and getting and garnering interest for the University of Florida and a lot of targets there. So high upside player here for the top 10 offensive tackle in the country. Let's go Ethan Callaway. On 24/7 Sports, he's the 208th overall. He's the 19th offensive tackle. On three, has him the 207th overall, 17th ranked offensive tackle. Very similar rankings for Ethan Callaway. Gators near the top for an offensive lineman that was in the swamp for Florida's victory last year over South Carolina last season. He's from North Carolina. Mentioned he likes Florida's 2 offensive line coach setup. 6'7", 307 pounds. Tackle prospect, maybe with a battle of Georgia and LSU here for the Gators. LSU right now gets that last visit that's officially scheduled. So looking at a big-time battle with some big-time programs for Ethan Callaway. Florida, Georgia, LSU, to schools to look out for Ethan Callaway. Let's go Fletcher Westphal, 24/7 Sports, 265th overall player, 24th ranked offensive tackle. On three, 241st overall, just a bit higher, and the 20th ranked offensive tackle. He is from Virginia, visiting Florida for the 3rd time coming up. In June, officially made his top 5 to the Gators. And Florida sits in a really good spot here with work to do, but probably one of, if not the top offensive lineman to feel the best about. From the Gator side, Clemson, Georgia, Arkansas seem to be the biggest threats. Prototypical left tackle comes in 6'7". 6'7.5", 305 pounds for Fletcher Westphal. So if you're looking one to maybe circle, that's probably the one I'd circle right now is feeling the best about as far as this offensive line, offensive tackle target goes for the Gators. Marcus Mascol, hopefully I'm saying that right, but 668th overall. So you start taking a big dip here between Fletcher Westphal and Marcus Mascol. Mascol, 247th overall, or on 24/7, 668th overall, 55th ranked offensive tackle. On three, has him as the 645th overall, 45th offensive tackle prospect from the state of Georgia. He's going to visit June 9th. Second visit, as he was on campus in March. LSU gets the visit this coming up weekend, and then NC State on June 16th. He'll make a decision after taking these visits. Ty Hilton, another tackle prospect here, 967th overall on 24/7, 913th overall on three. From the state of Florida, from Oviedo, 6'4", 272. He'll visit June 16th, and then FSU the weekend after. Miami, Penn State, Central Florida. He's looking to commit in late July or August is Ty Hilton. And then one more name to look out for, Mike Williams. He was committed to South Carolina, just decommitted last week. 1,268 overall, 1,292 on 3. He was 1,268 on 24/7. As I mentioned, just decommitted from South Carolina. Maryland the first week of June, Williams said. Florida June 9th through 11th, and then Michigan State on June 16th through the 18th. So looking at offensive line, as I said, kind of concentrating on offensive tackle here for the moment, and still waiting for someone to drop here. You look at this list. If you're looking at it on YouTube, that top half. There's top 1, 2, 3, 4 prospects: Seton, Uni, Callaway, Westfall. You'd love to get 3 of those guys. Florida's got to get 2 of them somehow, some way. Got to get 2 of those more highly rated offensive tackle spots here for the Gators. So I think they sit in a pretty good spot for a few of those guys. Got to finish the deal, especially for somebody like Fletcher Westfall. But Seton, Uni, Callaway, names to certainly look out for. Hopefully these visits coming up can really help the Gators solidify another offensive lineman to feel pretty good about besides Westfall. I absolutely would take him. As I said, that prototypical, Westfall, 6'7.5", 305 pounds. From Virginia, so out of state. You got to pull one from out of state here. That's another thing. The state of Florida is just not all that great in offensive line talent. So Florida's really going to have to hit out of state. And look, that's kind of just been a history. The state of Florida, more known for the skill player positions, not necessarily offensive line. That's kind of playing its way out through here. And we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I think, the names to start looking out for as far as offensive line goes and these targets go. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of names there. We'll see where Florida hopefully makes a dent with all these visits coming up. That sale for Gators Breakdown merch still going on, 25% off right now at gatorsbreakdownmerch.com. A lot of new designs up there. If you're watching the YouTube version, you can see them. A lot of summertime vibes with all those new designs right there. You can get it, gatorsbreakdownmerch.com. There's T-shirts, there's tank tops, there's some of the traditional designs that we've had. But yeah, a lot of new designs up there to get you summertime going. Support Gators Breakdown, support the Gators in style right here. gatorsbreakdownmerch.com. As I said, 25% off right now using promo code YTShopping25. That's YTShopping25. Use that promo code to get 25% off gatorsbreakdownmerch.com.